Hi, I'm Tony DeFrank, and this is, I guess, our June 2021, Father's Day installment of the Covering Classic Cars. And I guess this is my second annual Father's Day talk with my dad, Jim DeFrank. We did this last year just to kind of catch up and see what he's been doing. And I guess you're busier than ever right now, so I can't. I guess if you watched our video from last year, you know he had just started working on some race cars. And so how's everything progressing? I think you just took the 70 Camaro out to the racetrack.
Yeah, we did, Tony. You know, what had happened is we had a really nice 69 Camaro, and I had a gentleman who was very interested in buying it. And once I had to accept his offer because it was something I couldn't really refuse. It was a nice offer. And then that night, your mom said, "Oh, Jim, I felt so bad for Tony that you sold the 69 Camaro. Now he doesn't have anything to drive. And would you build another one?" And I said, "Holy mackerel, Ray, that's a lot of work." So I said, "Yeah, no problem. We'll just start building another 69 Camaro." So I found a body and started working on it. And in the middle of it, one of my other friends fell into some hard times, and he had a very nice 70 Camaro that was all painted. So I was able to buy that, but it needed everything underneath, all the suspension work and everything. And we finally got it all finished, and we took it out to the races, and it ran quite well, and it looked really nice. So now I'm finishing the 69, and we'll have a 70 also. So we'll have one for each of you boys when you ever have time to go.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I think what you kind of just, I think this is what you told Mom, was just to allow her to build another few race cars. Is this that, oh, it's for Tony or for Jimmy? I think these are kind of more for you than for us, because I think this past year, you know, I called to check in, and like you're out in Pomona, you're back in the Valley, you're in Modesto, you're running around trying to put these cars together, and it's I feel like you're busier now than you have been in the last couple of years. Like you're just like you've turned into like Jim's speed shop or something, building these race cars all the time. But yeah, I think Jimmy, you know, I've seen these Camaros. I know there's, if you can't see it, it's off camera, but yeah, the 69 Camaro is in the works at the car cover garage here. And Jimmy actually, he ran the 70, I think, at the Spring Fling at Peter and Kyle's event, and he actually did pretty well.
He did real well, yes. Yeah, I was really surprised. And I think in the fourth round of that race, we had no idea who we was racing. We was racing a gentleman, his last name was Hastings, I believe. And he's like the #1 bottom bulb racer in the country, and everyone says, "Oh boy, Jimmy has a tough one here." So everyone knew that Jimmy was going to get beat, but we had no idea who this guy was. Anyway, Jimmy comes up there, the tree comes down. I think he had like an 013 light. Hastings had like an 014 light, and they both went dead on their dial. And Jimmy beat him by thousandths of a second, I believe that was it. And everyone was really amazed, including us.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of, you know, and that's just a testament to Jimmy and his driving ability, and that's why I kind of stay out of the way and let them do their thing at the racetrack. But
well, Tony, you did real well when you raced. You won six national events, and you won our division one year. So you did a lot better than a lot of other people have been racing for years and years. So don't cut yourself short.
Well, that's right. Well, so who knows? Maybe this year I will get behind the wheel of that 70 Camaro. We'll see if we, you know, with so many car shows coming up this summer and fall, we'll see if there's a weekend offer to join you on the race team. But who knows? I think Jimmy and I have penciled in some dates in the fall to see if I can kind of get out to the track just to make sure I can still what I'm doing and behind the wheel. And I guess, do you and Jimmy have any big plans for the racing this summer?
Well, I mean, because of COVID, the racing schedule has really been crazy. NHRA is trying to do their best they can, but we have 3 races coming up, I believe. We're going to Woodburn, Oregon. They're having a race up there, and the weekend after that, there's a national event in Sonoma, California, and then the week after that, they're having the Winter Nationals in July 31st in Pomona. So we'll be going to that one, and after that, I think our schedule gets we'll be going to quite a few swap meets and car shows, Louisville, Kentucky Street Road Nationals, and the Tri-5 Chevy show back in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Yeah, so, and then we'll go to Indy to the U.S. Nationals, which is my favorite race. I've been going there every year but 2. We missed last year, and we missed one other year, years and years ago. But the U.S. Nationals was so important to me that I changed my wedding date to make sure that I could go to the U.S. Nationals in 1965. Yeah.
And look, and my parents are still together 54 years later. So I guess our mom's, my mom and wife's a patient woman, and so
God bless her.
she puts up with a lot of with the DeFrank boys. And I know you mentioned Indy. Like, is there anything like? Do you have like a favorite racing memory with either with the DeFrank and Cohen Barracuda days or the Jim DeFrank and Sons racing with Jimmy and I? Is there anything that sticks out as like your favorite moment?
There was 3 races. One of them was in Sonoma, California, when you and Jimmy ran each other, and I lined you up on the starting line, and someone else lined Jimmy up, and that was a nice race. Mom was there, and then another race that was really, really spectacular for us was when Jimmy won the U.S. Nationals in Indianapolis. That's a very prestigious race, and Mom just happened to be there, and she jumped about, I don't know, it looked like. It probably felt like it was 6 feet off the ground, but it was probably 6 inches off the ground. But it was great. And then probably the one that's most memorable, that we were all there, is when Jimmy had to win the last 2 races in 1997, I think it was, to become the world champion. And he won the last 2 races, and we won the world championship in our own backyard here in Pomona, World Finals, and he became a world champion. That's pretty memorable. So those 3 races are probably the nicest ones.
I would say for the family and for racing, so we had some fun times, and I would win a few events at NHRA. But yeah, Jimmy winning those 2 last events of the year to win that '97 title was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
And we had some fun. I think when I was running, we had 1 year to beat. And I'm sorry, and if you are a fan of our company and you're more about the 55 Chevys than the drag racing, I know my dad and I are boring you right now, but when we had to beat, I was thinking like when I had to beat Dan Fletcher in the final in Chicago at the All-Star race one year, and if you don't know Dan Fletcher, he's probably one of the top sportsman drivers ever, and when I get behind the wheel, like half the time I don't know what I'm going to do or what I'm doing, and I just kind of, a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while, and Dan's an incredible driver, and when we beat him in the final there, that was a pretty exciting event. And then
well, Tony, one of the really exciting ones was, I think, the second race of your whole racing career. We were in Phoenix, Arizona, and it was really, really cold, and they were heating up the track, and you sat in the race car for probably 30 minutes until the heater kind of warmed up the track, and Mom and Jimmy and I standing on the start line, and we were a nervous wreck for you, and I looked back at you, and you went like that, and then you went on to win the race. Yeah, and you were so cool. That was great. That was the second race of your life.
Yeah, second race, and second
national event. That was a national event you won.
Yeah. So that was '98. So that was, that was a lifetime ago. But we have, we had some good times, and our family's so involved in the drag racing, and it's been a big part of our life. And I guess kind of why I wanted to kind of do this again because. The history of our company, we're family owned and operated, since COVID, my dad's, started this race car building operation. But, I used to go to my dad to like the local coffee shop like 2-3 days a week and talk racing, talk life, talk parenting, just talk a little of everything. And since, we moved our office and then COVID, I see him here usually on Saturdays when we're shooting some videos, but it's not the same as catching up and just shooting the breeze. And I apologize if this isn't super professional because I give my dad a little cheat sheet to say, but we just kind of just turn the camera on and start talking. And I think it's a little better that way because then we start talking about stuff I had no idea we were gonna discuss. And I guess the big doings is, this is our Father's Day interview, but last week you had celebrated your 80th birthday.
Yeah, can you believe? My father passed away when he was 64, and my sister passed away when she was 64. So when I was 63, I told Mom I don't want to turn 64. And so to be real honest with you, I was concerned about that. But holy mackerel, now I'm 80. I think I'm 39. I crawl underneath the car and I change converters and transmissions, whatever. I work on my hot rod. We got a nice 36 Cabriolet here now because Mom has vertigo, so we still have our Roadster. But you can't ride in the Roadster because of her ears and the vertigo. So we have a nice Cabriolet, so I'm working on it and shining it up, getting ready for the Roadster Roundup. So, I just stay busy.
Yeah, he thinks he's 39. We have to tell him that he's not 39. I think between us and your doctor, we're like, just, you don't need to go 100 miles an hour anymore. You could dial it back to 80 miles an hour, like 4 or 5 days a week, But that's what, he could out sell and out hustle, probably members of our sales team that are half your age. He gets under the car. We tell him not to push the cars anymore, but he's helped you're changing transmissions, you're changing converters, you're doing all those things that, guys half your age I don't think would they'd kind of like, nah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Even sometimes I'd probably go, nah. And you're the first guy under the car, and that's a testament, I think, just to your work ethic and your passion for cars. And it's infectious. I think that's what everybody kind of knows you for.
In life, in order to really succeed, you have to work hard. And I guess I'm still doing it, and I love doing it. Last week, one night, it was 5 minutes until 11, and Mom called me and says, Jim, you better come up here and eat your dinner. It's time to go to bed. So I think I went to bed, I don't know, after 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. And I got up 5 o'clock and come back down to my garage again. 5 a.m. in the morning.
And that's how you've been, I guess, your whole life. And I know, like off camera, like they're working on the '69 Camaro, and yeah, this is a working garage for us. I know we do our photo shoots here a lot of the times, but yeah, this is. My dad comes down here and tinkers, and you can't see the folding tables with parts and all the different auto supply magazines. Like there's so much stuff in here that he's putting together, and that's how my dad works. But it's why there's so many cars, and we were talking before, like, so how many cars do you think you've like built and put together for the drag race circuit?
28. On our ride back from Sacramento this year, I wrote every one of them down. I put together 28 NHRA race cars. And, they've all been excellent cars. Really, really, really. The people that have them now win with them. They still look good. They're happy with them. And, I just enjoy it. I just enjoy that. I enjoy my hot rods. I got this beautiful 72 Chevy short bed fleet side pickup truck, Hugger Orange with a big block in it. I mean, I love cars.
Yeah. Oh, we know that, yeah. Yeah. Now, out of all those race cars, is there one that you go, man, that was my favorite car, or that was the car that I wish I still had? Because in the fleet right now, I think there's like 4 cars. So is there one right now you still wish you would have held on to?
The one that was the most valuable was a 64 Dodge, all aluminum front end, bumpers, grille, hood, doors. And it was originally owned by Ted Spihar, who was a Chrysler engineer. I believe he bought that car for his wife years and years and years ago. And I sold that car to Rick Johnson in Minnesota. He still races it. That car at that particular time at the Barrett Jackson auction probably could have went for many dollars. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if it would have approached $1 million, but it probably would have been very, very close because of the history of the car. And that was first time I took the car out, because it was all aluminum and everything. I had a special friend work on it. I won best appearing car with it. Yeah, and it ran really good.
I think that picture might be up in our office. I think in the hallway at the store now, right? Yes, the best appearing car one. And I think when we were little kids.
Exactly.
And now I guess with Father's Day around the corner, there's no LA Roadster show this year. Because I guess we haven't had the big car shows for about 1.5 years, and I'll be traveling with our sales team to Back to the 50s over Father's Day weekend. So I guess we'll have either an early or late Father's Day celebration with you and Jimmy and my daughters. And
yes.
But do you have any fond Father's Day memories or things that were either when you were a kid or since Jimmy and I came around and kind of ruined everything, or
my Father's Day weekends. Every one of them was at the LA Roadster Show with both of my sons. And they would always spend Father's Day with me at the LA Roadster Show. And they're great memories. Those are really, really great memories, Tony. I can't beat that.
Yeah, and I was I remember that too, back in so many years ago at the Fairplex. I used to remember walking around in the booths, and then if you've ever been to the LA County Fairgrounds or the Father's Day show, there was that time before they redid it, and they had those the covered section where all the booths were, and they were kind of under this awning. And I remember as a kid just running around, or our little scooters or going around, and when we moved out to Simi, I found boxes of photos when we were there when we were kids, and that's how we spent our Father's Day. And it's time to change a little bit, but it's kind of just that's why I remember growing up, Father's Day weekend, we were always there as a family.
Yes.
And I guess it's changed now, I guess. But I go back to the 50s sometimes, and you join us back there too. But I remember those days of that at the Father's Day weekend a lot.
Yes.
And I guess you talked about the 36 and your 32. So, you and Mom have any plans to take these cars out this summer or the fall?
Oh yeah. Well, the Hot Rod Reunion is coming up in Northern California, and the LA Roadster Club is the host of that weekend. So we're getting everything spit shined, and we're going to be ready to roll for that. That's that comes up after Labor Day, the weekend after Labor Day.
Oh, the Roadster Roundup, you'll be doing that?
Roadster Roundup, yes.
Well, good. I'm glad. Yeah, it's been a while since you could take these out, so it'd be nice for your mom to drive the car.
It has been a while, yeah.
He's got to schedule some time to do some maintenance on this in between race cars, I guess.
Yes, exactly. I have it all planned.
Okay. Now, I guess, I guess just kind of like wrap up, our family's all about car shows, our company's about car shows. So yeah, if you ever see us at a car show, feel free, come talk to us, chit chat. We love talking cars. If you are into 32 Fords and 55 Chevys, Pops will talk your ear off about them. There's not a 55 he doesn't love. So.
Oh, I love 55 Chevys.
So yeah, if you see us out, this summer at NS area events, Good Guys events, or even if we happen down some Saturday mornings, we run down to the Donut Derelicts in Huntington Beach. Stop and chit chat with us. We love talking cars and just
Well, you have to remember, in 1965, I drove a 55 Chevy, a homemade trailer, and a 28 Ford Roadster from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, all the way to sunny California in 1965. Yep. I think we had maybe $400 or $500, and we didn't know one person, not one person in California. And we made it out here, and it's been good.
Yeah. Well, definitely. I think it's we've been blessed.
I got the two best sons in the world that work really, really hard at the business. I'm proud of them. That allows me to stay home a lot more, and I still like to go in there and socialize and say hello and put my 2 cents in. Sometimes too much, but
but that's you, Pops. And I know we talked about your birthday. He in the office, I think he came in, made a lap, said, hey, right? And then I think he just went out the back of the building and it's got in your car and you went to go pick up more parts.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep, and thank you so much. And again, thanks for spending a few minutes with my father and I just to talk about life, racing, Father's Day, and
And thank all of you for being customers. We really appreciate it. We love satisfying you and serving you, and appreciate all the business that you give us.
Thank you very much, and hopefully we'll do another installment of this next year. Otherwise, you'll see my father and I out on the road at car shows this summer, and please, say hey to us. And again, I'm Tony DeFrank. This is Covering Classic Cars, and thanks for checking us out.
Have a good day.